Welcome to an epic episode of the Pipalik and Serafina podcast. Today is all about stale energy, getting it out, and doing it while riding the cosmic wave of the sun getting stronger in the northern hemisphere and welcoming in spring. You might have already guessed what it's all about. Take it away, Fini.
Spring cleaning?
Yes.
We'll need to work on our timing.
This was good. Spring cleaning. So we're going to talk about spring cleaning, and Serafina is going to keep me on track. She is our expert, chief of operations, chief of structure, and meditation teacher in the making. And I am Pipalik, the crazy spiritual older sibling, crazy in a good way, like in a sane way, with like 15 years or more of formal spiritual, magical, occult, witchy, somatic coaching training.
And she regularly has clients who are crying in sessions because she moves them so much and changes and helps.
They cry and laugh.
They cry and laugh.
And at the end, they leave 5-star reviews. Yes.
But let's get into the spring cleaning. I love the idea of spring cleaning. I love the energy, the vibe. Sometimes it's hard to get going.
Yes. So spring cleaning, the feel good, witchy way. Okay. So we're working with different elements here. All right. I'm just going to give today like a good, strong, fun how to spring cleaning the fun way, which means you can organize and clean up if it's part of your practice, but you don't have to. We can move the energy in other ways. But yeah, I mean, like, that's the basics. So the physical, like, make it look pretty if you can. I'm just looking at a Kabelsalat, a very German word for a salad made of cables. So I would probably start with that, actually, like just, organize the cables. I'm a traditionally messy artistic person, so put all the random books everywhere in pretty little piles, like vacuum clean everything, make things look cleaner than usual would be mine. You're more clean than I am. So what would your like physical, practical organization look like? Or we don't have to explain it. Super boring, maybe.
Yeah. Also, this is not what I would need help with, or what I'm interested in right now. Because
I do need help with it.
I'll come over. I'll help you clean and tidy.
True story. Fini regularly comes over, Serafina, and helps me organize stuff.
Like reorganize the fridge. I just still need the label maker so people can stick to it, because she'll forget what the rules were.
The rules.
Anyway, what I'm most excited about is cleaning energy, because I definitely have stuck energy in my home. It's that winter depression energy, that that slowness, that feeling.
The feeling. And more, it's like more dense also in our nervous system, right? More stressy, contracted, heavy, like you said. So
how do I bring in the spring vibes, the sunshine, the Aperol spritz into my space?
Don't drink and drive. The Aperol spritz. All right. So we're going to work with several elements. We'll make it magical and like embodied. We're going to work with sound, smell. You could have a feast ready for at the end of it, or get cooking. It's a nice way to ground after ritual, so you get the taste in as well. And sound is vibration, scent is vibration, so your body will also feel it, and you're gonna see things too. So this is what I like to do. We've done some version of this. So first, light cleansing incense. So white sage is really popular. Palo Santo is really popular. There's all these issues with overharvesting and kind of just, people in the West, white people like us, being like, hey, love what's going on these other continents. I hear they use it for this, and we're just going to appropriate this and keep the economic machine of over harvesting going, by a bunch of that stuff that's not even native to our lands, not even native to the ancestral memory of our bodies. So instead, get a bunch of rosemary, lavender. You can prep for this too. Like you can get fresh rosemary, fresh lavender, tie it up. Those are like energizing, they're cleansing, they're calming, definitely cleansing. Both of them very cleansing. Dry them, for a week or so, and then light it up, smoke it out. Fill your whole apartment with smoke. Keep it brief and intense because you don't want to inhale too much smoke, but there is something about just loads and loads and loads of smoke everywhere. Getting also water, dissolving salt in it. That's also very cleansing. Sea salt, unless you have access to actual ocean water, get that and like spray it with your hands into every corner, every little, and this is a way also to really take inventory of the energy because there are going to be corners you haven't been in, like where your coats are hanging down there at the left, where there's like also a little bit of dirt or I don't know, like some random raisins, whatever is down there, you're going to see it, but you're going to energetically clean it, maybe feel motivated to also take the random dust, dirt, raisins out of there, hairballs. And you do that. And since it's cleaning, yes, I was just going to say the motion, anti-clockwise. Yes. Okay. Why? Amazing. You want to know why anti-clockwise?
Oh yeah, please.
Because clockwise is like going with the sun, going with growth. And anti-clockwise is the opposite of that. It's like taking things away, moving things out of the way. Mm-hmm. Very simple language. Here we go. We're having fun today. Yeah.
Okay, I understand that. So, well, you did say we're going to do a how-to, and you did say there's audio, scent.
Yes. Now we're with scent right now.
Okay,
scent.
So we didn't start with audio. It's going to come in a moment. And the first thing is not just scent, but also cleaning properties like the salt water. With smoke, do I open the windows while I do this?
So no, first you're going to smoke everything up. I mean, you can. Look,
and I should probably be careful because you spoke about the closet, with all the coats. Is that an area where I can use smoke? Or is this where it just spritz? Do I do both everywhere?
Use common sense, right? Use common sense. So if you're very, very sensitive to smoke, you might not even want to use smoke. You might just want to do some like spring water, put in rosemary or alcohol, like it's super strong alcohol, vodka, put your rosemary and lavender in it, leave it for a little bit, and then just spray everything. It really depends on you. What I like because of I like to feel it. It's like when you've been out at an awesome dance party with loud music and you come home and there's like silence hits you differently. So when you do have the windows closed and you're like filling up all, the smoke and intensity. And then once you've gotten every corner of the house, then you open up all the windows and your front door, like everything that you can open, and you let all that smoke out, and the fresh air will hit you differently. So this is if you like that contrasting experience, and if that's okay with your body, maybe not ideal if you have asthma, Mm-hmm. So using common sense and seeing if you can, whatever your body, your soul demands, bring in this experience of contrast, like how, like this is the stale energy, and then now the fresh energy.
Is that step one? Is this what you recommend as the first thing to do?
Yeah, that's really fun. Step one. Yeah.
If I were to combine the practical cleaning, traditional cleaning my home, tidying up, moving, cleaning, I guess cleaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I clean first and then do these practices?
So, that depends on the person, because like the way your mind works, you have this super brilliant, practical oriented, creative mind. You have this really amazing to have creativity and structure in one person. You are that. And so you know how to clean. You actually look at a pile of stuff and you're like, oh, I can put this there.
I know
and
how to tidy. I don't know how to clean.
Okay.
I wish I were better at cleaning.
We'll work on that. I'm getting better at cleaning. Kids will do that to you. But so tidying, I guess there's a difference there, both. And that's actually also really awesome. If you do that vodka, rosemary, lavender, you can use that on your floors if they're not too sensitive, or you can use it on your kitchen counter, in the bathroom, all these places with metals, with stone. So cleaning, tidying. But if you're like me, then you'll be overwhelmed just thinking about it and get stuck there. So then I would suggest you could start with that, but then music helps. Personally, if I do all the smoking first, and then I build up the fun level, which then helps me be motivated. Also, then I see those random raisins and hairballs and dust fuzzles in all these places. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then that will get me into actually cleaning. And then the final step that I would definitely do at the end is when everything's tidied and cleaned and smoked out and sprayed out and salt watered out, is to get in with sound, which is this old tried and tested way to get out all the evil, stale, what have you spirits, if that is your worldview. If it's like, I don't think it's my worldview. I don't really feel evil spirits around me, but I do feel like just things get heavy, or, it's like, oh, this house, this home, this apartment, this room. And so loud music, and then getting pots and pans and making loud noises, singing loudly, screaming loudly, shaking loudly, like everything. This, the loudest sound, like bother your neighbors. And it's just going to go for like 10, 15 minutes. You don't need to.
Windows open or closed?
Windows open. You want because if you got those spirits in your home, you want them to have an exit.
Well, I have in the place I live, in the building I live, we do have a WhatsApp group, and there's all the complaints land in there. And you can already see the comments.
You're going to go to that WhatsApp group. You're going to be like, hey, in the next 10 to 15 minutes is going to be really, really noisy. This is important. I need to do this to clean my home. And then you go for it. Everyone's warned. You can even write little cards. We get sometimes cards from neighbors saying, we're going to have a party. You're welcome to drop by for a drink. And then, nobody can really complain when you do it like that. So then do that if you're in an apartment building.
All right. So it was loud music, banging
loud noises. Bang pots and pans, like loud noises. Loud, screaming, dancing, blah, like let it, and go into the corners. And if you feel there's a corner or an area or the place, I don't know, where your ex hung out too much, like you might just have a go at that corner even more and like really get out the energy and the musk of the memory musk.
So this is a great place to also train yourself to listen to your body and to the feelings and really dig into those spaces where you feel like there's stuff.
Yeah. And here's where like witchcraft or old pagan ancestral traditions overlap with somatic practices, because that's actually a way to let your body also release all of this stuff, all of this stress and this tension and the heaviness and this contracted feeling. So you could say this is a somatic practice as well, and it can help calm your nervous system. I mean, unless you're hypersensitive to loud noises, again, use common sense, and it can also just be wild movement or blowing or just expressive drumming, whatever it is, bells, jingles,
or some classical music to invite in.
Yeah. If you move to it too, sure. I think the movement really is key. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just like letting it, let your body participate in the welcoming in and the getting out of, in the opposite order that I just mentioned it.
Would I do the movement? Do I just do it in one space, or do I go through all
everywhere? everywhere. And what this does also is you have this embodied memory in your entire living space of that experience. It's like that works. That's cool for your subconscious. Is very uplifting.
Will you be doing this on your own, or do you include your partner and kids in this?
I think I'm going to include my partner and kids in this. I mean, my partner's gotten pretty used to me doing stuff like this, and he's very supportive, and he might, complain about there being so much smoke while it's happening or about it being so noisy, but that's fine. That is his absolute right. Depending on how it goes, right? He can absolutely do that. He's very respectful and very supportive. So yeah, so I'm definitely including him. But even if he weren't, I would probably include him and enlist his help, because I want the kids to participate in it if they want to. I mean, maybe if nobody wants to, then I'll do it on my own. Yeah, I'm not like, I don't believe in forcing anyone to do anything, but there'll definitely be an invitation. And then what I like to do at the end is this old practice, but it just gives me this cozy feeling because we just opened everything up, checked everything out. So I like to take, you and I have done this on property, on like the whole property, but take salt and protective herbs. Again, rosemary is just this amazing all-rounder. I also love thyme, lavender, but sea salt has this very protective quality. And then just sprinkle it where all the openings are, like on the outer edge of it. The outer edge of the doorway, the outer edge of the windows, or the windowsill, and that way, on an energetic level, but also for your own subconscious, get the feeling that the staleness and the contraction is going to have a lot harder time coming in. There's a boundary now. This is the sanctity of your home. This is the marking of where the sacred edges are of the space that is your responsibility, that also gives you a roof over the head.
Also counterclockwise.
No, that clockwise. Yes, sorry, because we're like making the cocoon. We'll go with the sun. Because with the sun is like with life, building things up, growing things, and against the sun, it's taking away, removing, decreasing.
So letting things go will go counterclockwise, and inviting in or creating sanctuary is clockwise.
Yeah. And that's just tradition. What I've learned also in all the years in this is these details, they don't really matter. And if they mean something to you, though, like if you have this, like, oh yeah, clockwise, that it's growing. If you have that sense, then go for it. Then follow these rules when it feels right, and break them other times when you feel like you're a little sassy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and plus there's so many different ways. There's one language, I learned this recently, quick side note, is that there is one language, one tribe, or one place where they look back into the future, because we look forward into the past, because that's everything that we've seen, we know. So we're looking at it, and what we don't see behind us is actually the future. So many ways to do things.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. Yes, that's such a good reminder to, like, there is no right or wrong.
Yeah, as long as it has meaning to you.
And it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yes, correct.
Including yourself. Big one. Yeah. We're good?
Yeah, well, how, just time frame quickly, because cleaning and tidying is something that can definitely go over a few weeks. And, but these practices is something that you can either spread out or do in a day, right?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the size of your home also, and how Burgonian attention to detail you are. But I would say, 15 minutes, half an hour to an hour generally will cover most, like it's generally is enough. That's been my personal experience. And then you can go as big or as small as you like, of course.
So it doesn't have to be this huge
No, it can be like a quick, I guess if I'm running at a speed, I could probably, and I really light up the herbs, could probably create some intense smoke in 10 minutes and then air it out for another 5 to 10 minutes and do the airing out while I'm banging and drumming and dancing. Yeah. Or I can just, flow a little bit with it, make a day of it if I want. Yeah.
One more question. If the final ritual of creating I don't want to say boundary, but maybe creating.
It's like a cocoon. This is my safe home.
Would I create that? Would I give everything a little bit of time to all this stale energy? Do I need to give it time to leave and then maybe let the moon shine upon us for a night and then do the cocoon creation, or can I also just do it all at once?
So that's a really good point. So you really want to feel like everything's out of your home and that your home feels really, really good.
So again, it's listen to your listen to your body
like
environment.
Just feel like, oh, okay, this feels really, really good. All right, I'm just gonna, create a little boundary here. So the staleness, I mean, it's something also for our internal world, right? We do it externally. So internally we strengthen our own boundaries to to have, to give the stress and anxiety that might be part of our pattern, our way of life, right? To just orient to anxiety a lot. And by doing something like that physically and giving it attention and time, then we help us go just that more longer without it coming back so fast. Yeah. And we can repeat the process. And as a final note, if anything feels like too much, figure out a way to make it not too much to do, to actually, because if this excites you, but you're like, oh my God, that's too much or too overwhelmed, make it simple. Like you can start very small 1 year where you just air out the apartment or your house or whatever, let all this air, and just visualize or blow out everything. That's it. And then maybe sprinkle some salt or maybe just mindfully close everything again. And that could be it. So you start there and then you let it grow.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is amazing. I can't wait to do this. If you try this out at home or if you do any of these tips, then let us know. You can comment or write to us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want to see Pippa Luck smoke out a space and teach us how to do that on the other on our Magic is Key YouTube channel, then let us know. That could be fun.
Yes, we can show you. Let us know. Yeah. Much love, everyone. Thanks for being here. See you soon.